Hey everybody, Paranormal Video Gamer here. I'm outside with my huskies. You guys can see they're drinking pool water because they are playing around here in the backyard. But I got some interesting news. So I just got an email from Sony tonight letting me know my PlayStation 5 has been repaired. So, because it's been repaired now, it's being sent back to me. Now it says it will be here tomorrow, which I highly doubt because it took almost 4 days for them to get it. But if it's here tomorrow, I'm going to upload Skyrim to it, and I'm going to attempt to play Skyrim tomorrow night here on the live stream via PS5. That should be a lot of fun. So yeah, tomorrow it looks like that I will be using my PlayStation 5 for the first time in probably about a week, because I haven't had it in a little under a week. It's been, I'm going to say 6 days or so. Now, a lot of people have asked, how bad was the flooding at my place? Athena, don't eat that. Here, let me switch the camera here and see if I can. So I'm going to take a walk around the backyard and show you guys how badly I got flooded in. So this is my fire pit that is in my backyard. It's got some damage. I'm actually going to be replacing this. This thing, it didn't last as long as I thought it would. So we bought a different fire pit, but I don't know how well you guys can see standing water, but yeah, so I've got this little section here. This is actually underneath where my feet are. This is actually my brick that I put down last year. And I put the brick down to kind of be able to grab some chairs and sit out here with my dogs and have a nice little fire. But the flooding did a little bit of damage, as you guys can see from the backyard. I've got to come out here this weekend and fix it up because it wasn't like this. Artemis is happy though. She gets her lovely mud that she likes. But yeah, so with the flood, it's pretty much all over the backyard. I could step a little bit over here, and then you guys could see the water that's right here. Show that on camera. Yeah. And then the flood kind of caused some twigs and plants and other things to get thrown in my yard. And I gotta come back and I gotta fix all of my LED lights. And that tree that's over here, parts of the branches came down. They're now peeking over my fence. So yeah, fun. And Sean, thanks for tuning in, man. I'm taking a look. What happened? So the news that I was going to share, the big news that actually is pretty cool. You can see my girl's little pond here. I'll go back to my face thing. So Sony sent me a message letting me know that my PlayStation 5 has been fully repaired. They took a look at it. They gave me a diagnosis on the repair. And as I suspected, it was actually the computer chip that was running the disk drive that malfunctioned. According to the diagnosis report, it burned out. And that's why it wasn't reading any disks. So it is currently on the way to me. So that's the good news. They took care of all the shipping, all that kind of fun stuff. So I'm kind of like nervous, but at the same time, I'm kind of happy because, I finally get to get my PlayStation 5 back. For all those who don't know, probably about a week ago, my PlayStation 5, it stopped reading all the discs, and I didn't know what was going on, so stupid mosquito, I didn't know what to do, so I contacted Sony, and they walked me through, like, doing everything, and I was able to figure out from doing a little bit of investigation by myself that a bunch of people had the same issue about the computer chip melting in the inside of the system. So the computer chip, when you have the disk version, it basically reads about it reads the information off the disk, and it verifies that you own a physical copy of the disk, and then it allows it to download into the system. And this computer chip, when it fried out, it pretty much prevented the disk from being read because the computer chip can't read the disk whatsoever. And I did hear something about Bray Wyatt, but a couple people didn't go into detail about what had happened with Bray Wyatt. I haven't been following WWE in a little while. The last time I actually had any kind of a watch party for WWE stuff, I believe, was the Royal Rumble. So I'm kind of out of the loop with Bray Wyatt. I know Terry Funk died. A bunch of people shared that. That's really, really sad because he was a freaking hardcore icon. I say as much as Sabu and as much as Tommy Dreamer. Tommy Dreamer, to me, is the number one hardcore icon in ECW. That guy, him and Sandman, man, those two. Here you go, Bubba. Let my puppy go inside. My old man, he decided that he don't want to play anymore. But yeah, Tommy Dreamer to me is definitely the hardcore icon of that time in the 90s. And then you go down the list of Sabu, Rob Van Dam, Terry Funk is on that list. Jerry Lynn is on that list. He was phenomenal in the ring. And then you got like Mike Awesome, who was great. Trying to think of some of the other ones. Sid Vicious, another great wrestler that's at that time. A lot of hardcore icons, unfortunately, have passed away. And it's sad time. Mick Foley. Yeah, I'm kind of out of the loop. I'll have to look at it a little bit later. I'm not going to be on here a whole lot longer, but just wanted to give you guys a heads up, letting you guys know. Pending whether or not, hey, Tiger Small, welcome, man. Depending on if I get my PlayStation 5 tomorrow evening, most likely I will be live streaming PlayStation 5 Skyrim for you guys. I don't know which character. I might do the same character that I've been doing just to have fun, but I might actually go back to Dragon and do some playing of mods and do boop stick and all that kind of stuff. I haven't decided yet, but I'll let you guys know. And then I'm going to put a poll up for Saturday. I want to do a live stream. I'm kind of on the fence of Resident Evil 4 remake or Resident Evil 4 original. So I'm thinking about doing one of those. And then I'm going to do something that I have not done in a very, very long time. And it involves you, Sean, of all people. So I am going to attempt to do something that I have not done in a long time. So see if I can pull something off. So what was I going to say? Lost my train of thought. I hate when that happens. You're in the middle of a thought, and then all of a sudden, you have to think about another thought. But the girls are having fun in the lovely backyard. I'll show you guys real quick. I will message you. Let me see if I can switch this back over. But you can see that they're having a lot of fun. They're drinking water out of the pool because, that's what Artemis does. She's like, hey, this is my backyard and I love mud. And Athena, get out of the pool. Come on. Let's go. Never a dull moment with Huskies, let me tell you. Okay, come on, Athena. At least you cleaned yourself off. All right. Come on, Artemis. Okay, so hopefully tomorrow we'll play some Skyrim. Tonight I'm just going to chill at home. I'm going to do a couple things I want to do. I want to play some Xbox. I want to upload some gameplay from Xbox as well tonight. So expect that tonight. What did happen back there? Severe. Yeah, we had, I'm going to say almost 9 inches of water. I'm going to say. Maybe not quite. Maybe about 8 inches in my backyard. Like literally yesterday, when I came home, I went out and, I had a little bit of thing. Let me show you. So, where my wood pile is right here, where I have all my wood for fires, the water was literally where this cord is. And the cord, as you can see, goes all the way down to where the water is right now. This whole area here was completely soaked, and it still is very wet. But the whole area was just all the way from the back here to under the pools here, all the way to where the wood pile is. It was all soaked with nothing but water. And then over here, I put the tarps down over here to basically prevent water from building up over here because, obviously there's the side of my house here. Water was kind of leaking on the side of the house, and it was getting up to where this part of the mulch is. I put that there to kind of absorb some of the water, and I put that there a while ago. So thankfully I did that because I don't know if I would have been able to survive without that stuff there to absorb some of the water, and it did a good job, so I'm happy about that. It didn't get everything. I mean, obviously you guys could see the mulch did not get all of the water and the mud, but it got quite a bit of it. So we got a lot of rainwater that came in. But I'm hoping to come back here on Saturday, thinking probably early in the morning. I'll start pulling stuff out, getting mulch redone, and try to get my backyard back to where it was. And I'm going to put in the new fire pit. I'm going to show you guys real quick. Parawife actually found this the one day. It's called a fire ring. And it's powder coated steel with obviously assembly. She found that. I'm going to try getting that set up if I can tomorrow. And there's one other thing that I bought that I'm going to be actually using. And I bought this. It was on sale, and I couldn't believe that this was on sale. I was kind of, happy about it. So let me switch to the camera again. But I bought myself one of them fancy metal detectors. And I heard some really good things about this particular brand. And I said, you know what? I've always wanted to own a metal detector. So I actually stuck it up on the wall here because I actually plan on using it. I actually want to use it in my backyard. And the reason I want to use it in my backyard is because my backyard actually has a little bit of a secret that not too many people in the area know about. In my backyard, it used to be a small area of territory with the Erie Indians. So, for those of you who do not know Northeast Ohio history, the Erie Indians were a tribe, kind of like the Sioux Nation and things like that. Um, they pretty much ran the area in Northeast Ohio. and they had burial mounds and things like that all over Northeast Ohio. And the city I live in, a lot of the city had territory for Erie Indians. And Erie Indians eventually were absorbed, from what I understood from a couple people, they were absorbed into the Sioux Nation. I don't know how accurate that information is, but that's what I was told. And pretty much where my backyard is this old land that used to belong to the Erie Indians. And I went out to another area that's pretty close to where my backyard is. And, I was just walking around with a couple friends of mine, and we were just having fun, wasn't thinking anything of it. And one of my friends actually tripped over something really, really sharp, and he kind of nicked his foot. And he didn't know what was going on. And he looked down, and there was an actual arrowhead that had been carved out of flint that was actually sticking up from the ground. And he took it to the Historical Society, and he actually found out that the arrowhead was actually from the time frame of the Erie Indians. Now, they couldn't exactly tell him exactly where that particular thing was, or what time frame I should say when it was actually made, but they, based on the age of the actual arrowhead, they estimated that it was around the time frame, which is kind of cool if you think about it. So, because my backyard has so much mud and just bunch of stuff to it, I'm wondering if underneath the soil there's some arrowheads, or maybe I'll be able to find some old coins, because where I live, my house was built in the late 1970s. I'm going to say 71. And when my house was built, they did not like scoop up part of the land. They just kind of, they did like a backhoe type of thing where they only took like 3 inches of topsoil or 4 inches of topsoil off, and then they put a concrete slab down. Then they built my house. So everything that from 100 years ago that used to be in my backyard might still be in my backyard. One of my friends bought this particular uh, metal detector, and I'll show it here on the wall again. He bought the metal detector, this brand, especially this particular one, and he went around and he was going around his backyard, and he found a whole bunch of pre-Civil War coins from the 1800s, and he was able to sell one of those coins that he had. I don't know which one it was. I'm not a coin historian or anything like that, but he sold it for $2,000 because it was actually in a leather pouch. And he pulled up the leather pouch, and the pouch was completely destroyed, but inside he found all these like coins, and one of the coins ended up being $2,000, and that helped him greatly with um, some bills, and he had a car payment and things like that. So I'm not saying that that's going to happen, but I mean, I live basically in a historical area in the city, and it'd be kind of cool actually, finding like little tiny things in my backyard. So all right, well, that's it for me. The big news, obviously, PlayStation 5 says that it will be here tomorrow. I hope it is. If not, then Saturday it should be here. I hope that FedEx doesn't like not deliver it, because that would kind of suck. But regardless, tomorrow night, Skyrim. Expect some Fallout New Vegas uploads tonight, and we're gonna have some fun. So, and then I'm gonna do a live stream with the metal detector one night for you guys, and we're gonna go on a treasure hunt together and see if we can find anything. I'm gonna invite a couple friends of mine. I'm gonna let them use the detector, and I'm gonna dig while somebody else holds the phone, so we can actually do a live stream of an actual treasure hunt. I think that'd be kind of cool. Something different. You guys know I love history, so hey, if we find something, great. If we don't, oh well, no big deal. At least we tried. So, thanks everybody for joining me, Tiger and Sean, especially you guys. And I will see you guys tomorrow night for the live stream. So, good night, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And just remember to go boop yourself. Boop, 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 boop. Boop. Good night, everybody.